If you've been flipping through the classifieds lately like I've been, then you'll probably notice that the majority of used cars are astronomically high priced. But there is one reality: used Jaguars are one of those rare exceptions. I'm going to share a list of 5 of the key reasons why used Jaguars are so cheap, and I'm going shopping for another one. Let's get into it now. Life's too short to drive boring cars. One of the strongest reasons, in fact, Jaguars are relatively cheap on the used car market comes to a little fact they call reliability. We look at cars like this and you often wonder, all that complexity, British engineering, and now owned by Tata Motors as well, at one point owned by Ford, and you have to question overall reliability. As a matter of fact, RepairPal states 2.5 out of 5 stars, and that's on the upswing. They've actually gotten better over the last few years. As well, JD Powers and Associates actually say that the Jaguar has slid down to 3rd from last spot in terms of overall reliability. Yes, in other words, 186 problems per 100 is what you would anticipate from your average Jaguar, and that's actually down from 168, so it's actually slightly deteriorated over the last course of a couple of years. So there's a few reasons why, in fact, their reliability takes a back seat for a lot of Jaguar products. First of all, they're a luxury brand, first and foremost, and they never ever did really particularly care to build a vehicle that was the most reliable. That wasn't their mantra, that wasn't their reputation they were trying to achieve, and that certainly wasn't the goal. The goal was pamper people who have money, that are well-heeled, in the lap of luxury, and motor them down the road at all costs. I mean, whoever said a Gucci purse or a Louis Vuitton bag were good value? It just comes down to people that want that extra level of luxury, and that's what they're going to pay at any cost. I mean, there's lots of cases like a beautiful car like this XJL we're talking about here. They're absolutely gorgeous and they ride wonderfully. But when you see what's going on with a vehicle like this, it doesn't really surprise you that reliability does take a back seat. I mean, just look what's going on in here. Clearly we have a roof liner that's pulled down. Why is that? Because there's problems with the sunroof up here, and the electrics that drive that sunroof are the reasons why, in fact, you see that roof liner hanging down, because they're working on the electrics of it. There's also a lot of problems with fuel injectors leaking down, high pressure fuel injectors, specifically the fuel pump, as well as carbonization in the intake because of that carbon and direct injection system. Coolant leaks are very prevalent in a lot of these vehicles, as are oil leaks. We're talking water pumps, there's split hoses, Y pipes that are known to crack. We have electronic issues like the park brake are a problem in some of these vehicles. Transmission issues with aggressive transmission shifting. And of course, with a lot of these vehicles, a lot of modern day Jaguars either come supercharged or turbocharged engines. You could find problems with the snorkel, that's the coupler between the belt and the housing, as well as the supercharger itself, rattling and making noises. Rear differential issues with some of these vehicles where they leak and they need to be vented more frequently. And then you have vehicles like the wonderful F-Pace. Now, I personally think these are absolutely gorgeous, but reliability isn't necessarily their top objective. It's a great stylish European SUV, as you're looking at right here. Everybody loves this, but even with all that great styling and contours and pizzazz that you get with these, again, you can get turbo 4s, you can get supercharged V6s, and even in the SVR you can get supercharged V8s, and a lot of them pound out great power, but coolant leaks are a problem. So are injectors and fuel pumps, and I know in this particular vehicle, often you can get a slight coolant leak that dribbles out of this corner, and you'll find yourself every once in a while having to top these up. There are coolant leak areas in some of these vehicles, so clearly reliability is one of the key issues, and a lot of people just don't want to get wrapped up in reliability challenges. We also know the JLR group, and of course Death by Association, Jaguar, Land Rover group, and clearly the bottom of the barrel for dependability right there. And sadly enough, by affiliation, that's what you're going to anticipate is questionable reliability. Second reason why, in fact, a lot of these Jaguars are so cheap on the used car market comes down to resale. Well, resale and depreciation often tied together. Well, how bad do these vehicles depreciate? Well, let's just say your average Jaguar loses about 30% as soon as you sell it off the lot. Well, that's bad enough. But then let's also couple that with the fact, like a beautiful vehicle like this, we're looking at the beautiful XF, which is an upscale from XE, then you go XF. This is a beautiful sedan. You can get supercharged V6s. You can get a lot of great drivetrains in here, and it's a pretty vehicle. Well, you got the big, beautiful screaming kitty cat and a great style of headlights, alloy wheels, and of course Jaguar logos there, and fold-away mirrors, and an interior that is very luxurious and quite quite simple and Spartan at the same time. And a beautiful set of taillights here that definitely scream Jaguar, as we see right here with the Kitty of Despair. This one's a 35T. We're talking about a V6 supercharged engine in this XF. It's a little bit of the chicken or the egg syndrome. These beautiful cars like the Jaguars like this clearly have a really strong depreciation because nobody really buys them as a used vehicle. We know that there's a lot of reputation that ties up into this. Of course, a lot of people believe that Jaguar is one of the worst, most unreliable brands, and so nobody wants to buy them. If nobody's buying them on the used car market, then resale is in the pits. After 3 to 5 years and their warranty's expired, their loan payments are done, either they trade up, lease up, or they just move it along. Unfortunately, nobody wants it. Most people who are buying a second-hand luxury car are often more interested in used BMWs or used Mercedes, or even get totally converted and end up buying a Toyota like this, because after 3 or 4 or 5 years, sometimes the abuse at the service shop, the high cost of maintenance and reliability drive people out of the brand sometimes, and then they go all the way to the other side and end up buying something like a Toyota that they know has high levels of reliability dialed in. So unfortunately, somebody looking to unload their used Jaguar after they bought it new and overpaid likely are going to find it very difficult to sell it. People are looking for a lot of other options. They're looking a little bit more trustworthy motoring, and often Jaguars, Land Rovers do have a slightly spotty reputation. Now, with that said, they are getting better, much better. After they moved away from Ford, things have been on the upswing. Third reason why a lot of these Jaguars are so cheap on the used market comes down to this. There's a service bay. Here's a Jaguar. Yes, it's maintenance costs, and maintenance costs can come at a very high level. You can expect to pay an average of about $1,100 to $1,200 per year ongoing, especially if you're driving one of the more premium versions of Jaguar. By year 10, when you start seeing some of the larger service intervals and you have to start changing brakes and parts, it's not uncommon to hear of bills that were $3,000 to $4,000 in size and magnitude. Did you also know that for in terms of unexpected visits to the shop, the average car has to go into the shop about 0.4 times in a year, whereas the average Jaguar is closer to 0.6 or 0.7 times. It has a higher frequency of needing maintenance and repairs, and when you go in there, the costs are pretty high. We also can't forget, once you drive your beautiful Jaguar into the shop, you're going to expect to pay almost $200 an hour shop rate. Vehicles like this, for example, we look at this beautiful Jaguar. This is the 20D F-Pace. Of course, what does that mean? That's the diesel. Yes, the diesel in these have a high probability of losing a timing chain. Yeah, it's not an uncommon failure in these vehicles. So you're talking potentially $15,000 to $20,000 for an engine like this. This here is clearly a supercharged engine by Jaguar. As you can see, I look around the side and we're looking at a V6 supercharged. So this is the 3-liter V6 Jaguar engine right there sitting in the dumpster. You're also looking at elements like coolant leaks with a lot of these, whether they're 4-cylinder, 6-cylinder, or the diesels, oil leaks. And while the ZF transmission is often quite sturdy, drivability issues do pop up from time to time. We also look at oversized brakes with a lot of the Jaguars. They're more performance oriented, so people are going to anticipate to pay more money for a lot of the brake repairs. We also have opening gates that automate. Now, a lot of manufacturers are doing that, of course, but that's just another part. And everybody knows a lot of the British vehicles and electrics don't necessarily go hand in hand. Fit and finish, this doesn't look like it's totally closed over here when you look at that gap, versus this gap looks a lot tighter when you circle around. And so any vehicle has the potential to fail. Jaguar is no different, BMW or Audi. They aren't as bad as you truly believe. Anytime you step into the luxury car segment, you're going to anticipate some failures. Go and buy yourself a modern day BMW with the V8. You're probably going to experience oil burning and other failure modes. A lot of Audis, turbo 4-cylinder engines, oil consumption issues. Mercedes-Benz, a lot of the fit and finish is pretty, but very fragile and doesn't necessarily hold up cosmetically. So it doesn't matter what brand you're looking at. Even Lexus is stepping into turbocharger land, and time will tell on their long-term durability as well. And Jaguar is no different. They do get a bum rap in many cases, but a warning to the wise, they are going to be an escalated maintenance service cost, and that's why people walk away. Another reason why used Jaguars are so cheap are great competition like this Levante, or the Maserati Ghibli, or even the Quattroporte like this here. Maybe even oversized luxurious Volkswagens, BMWs, or simple cars like the Pony car, the Mustang by Ford. The fact remains, every car sees different levels of depreciation, bring different values to the table, and the fact remains that the competition is stiff. Why would you buy a Jaguar when you can buy many of those other brands? Well, why wouldn't you? There's many things to bring to the table. I actually bought myself a used Jaguar F-Type R, and I bought a little CPO extended warranty on it just for some peace of mind. Even with gorgeous cars like this, and we're looking at the brand new F-Type R, this would be the replacement of mine. There's been some upgrades. I may actually even look at buying one of these. And why would that be? Well, let's just say there's lots of incentives on brand new ones. We can work this in our favor, folks. Yes, they see a lot of depreciation. Let someone who has the money go out, buy it, run it for 3 years, and then sell it, and I'll come along and scoop it for 40% of its original value. This car here is absolutely spectacular. And because now my car has higher miles on it, I may actually look at one of these once these are about 2 or 3 years old. Is this a good value? Well, let's take a look. We do get the upgraded headlights on these. I love these style of rims, the storm wheels. Of course, you have this beautiful high gloss here. The interior is gorgeous as well, and it has lots of nice finishings, very much like mine. Of course, this one here is a blacked out F-Type here. As we can see, it's an R. So it has the quad exhaust tips, has 550 screaming horsepower, made it up to an 8-speed ZF automatic transmission, which is lightning fast, luxurious, sounds amazing, and one of the few cars that has a phenomenal exhaust note that you can get out of your car stock. So even with stiff competition, I'd rather own one of these than the brand new Corvette. I'd rather own one of these than anything from Ford right now. I'd rather own any of these than pretty much anything in this price point. So why wouldn't you buy it? And with all of that said, be sure to check out that video, Why Are Used Mercedes So Cheap? And I actually bought one of those as well. Hope to see each and every one of you on the next one. We'll see you real soon. Bye-bye.